What a turnaround here this afternoon.
Welcome to Rangers Radio.
What a goal by Deeney, followed that up, and whoop, in it goes.
Why not give the show a call on 01413561972.
Rangers open the scoring. Happy Tawdry. 12 minutes of the match remaining. A stunner from Kenny Miller. Rifles it into the roof of the net.
Or send Fox a friend request on Skype at Rangers Radio Online.
He's gone into the middle. McSwegan's in there too. Will he come for McSwegan? There's his header. And he scores! What a substitution! Running inside. Is he going to let flies in? He scores! Good ball! Scores for Rangers!
Nacho Lobo with one kick of the ball to take Rangers to Manchester. Rangers are coming! The Scots are heading for Manchester, and you know what? Manchester may not be big enough.
Remember, it's all about the Rangers.
Well, hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the panel this evening. It's the one and only Bridgeman and Straight for Countdown. It's Ibrox Law. How we doing, boys?
Countdown. I love it. I love it. So can I say a big good evening to the boys in the panel and a big good evening to all the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans all over the world. A huge good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
How we doing, Ibrox? Great to have you back, Mal China.
Aye, good to be back, mate. Good to be back. Looking forward to tonight's show. I'm sure we'll have many good things to talk about. So,
well, you never know. You never know. How are you, Bridge?
I'm fantastic, pal. Absolutely brilliant. Very, very happy. Looking forward to getting back to Ibrox again for the first time for a wee while.
Oh, have you had a note signed off?
I've had it up to now. It's signed off up to now, yes. And so I've pushed past my final fitness test yesterday, I think it was. She put me through my paces. So I'm happy. Not the paces that you're thinking about. So
too much information, Bridge.
I 3 times round the supermarket.
Well, I heard you walking around the supermarket on Sunday morning, mate.
You was in there. I was in part of it.
We were outside.
Excellent.
And you passed that test?
Well, you've got to push that trawl and you've got to guide it right and you've got to watch what you're doing in these supermarket aisles and then she'll ask you, pick me such and go and get me such and such, and you think, is it in this aisle? And you just don't know where you are. Once you get to that aisle, you're knackered. So you have to go and do 5 aisles to find out where you're going. She could have told you in 10 seconds.
What admired me on Sundays, the way you had that trolley, you just walked right in the
I love it, pal. I love it. Absolutely brilliant.
People think I'm joking. I wish I was. Don't worry, they'll no stop me, he said. Oh, but we went. Anyway, so we're talking about the Hearts game, obviously, whatever's happening in Scottish football. I think if you think back to the start of the season, Ibrox, we mentioned the split could turn into a farce in here if the 2 Edinburgh clubs, us and the other team in Aberdeen, and if Kilmarnock get into the top 6, it could turn into a farce. And lo and behold, potentially it is. It's a farce it's called Scottish football, if we're being really honest, Ibrox, eh?
It isn't the league that it once was. Unfortunately, I don't think it'll ever get back to the glory days that it once used to hold within British and European football. We're seen as probably, what would you call it, the poor manner British football, or the poor league of British football now. So, but as I say, as soon as we get we're 55, the world will start recognising us again, and it's coming, mate, and it's coming very soon. And it's going to start with some sort of victory for us on Saturday. As I would say, I'll do what Bridge usually does, mate. I'll be happy with a very, very happy 1-0.
That's what it gets you, Brooks, when you get into the spooky bum times. It's not about performances, it's about winning. And it's funny that the league becomes, if you get a close league, it really doesn't matter about performances, Bridgeman. It's all about the results.
Oh yeah, and I have to say this: the way we've been over the last couple of seasons, we're just desperately keen to win 55, get to the 55th or as close to it as possible in this league. I hate getting beat with these what we would call lesser teams, but unfortunately for us, when we play at Ibrox, they make us look as if at some points in the game we're the lesser team or we've got lesser players. It's really, really humbling for people who are used to seeing Rangers in other pomp and glory, and the way that sometimes we're playing quite poorly sometimes at Ibrox. We need to lift that, as Ibrox says. Get it up there, get it right up there, and do the business, That's what we need. It's just, I'm so looking forward to Saturday, just so looking forward to Saturday. 1-0 will do me, of course, but, I think if we could beat that mob, we beat them earlier on in the season, didn't we, Ibrox? Did we?
No, it was nothing each, mate, the first game.
No, each, right, okay.
We should have won 1-1 now, mate.
We beat them at Murrayfield 3-1, didn't we?
That's the one I'm thinking of. So they are beatable, of course. So I don't... The real me holds no fears of any team coming to Ibrox. But when I see us playing, I think, why am I no fear?
Aye. But we're improving, Bridge. We're improving.
Oh, absolutely. What an improvement, yeah.
Win again. We can win on Saturday. Confidence is a big thing, huh?
Yeah. I'm actually hoping that, for instance, that boy Murphy, I'm hoping that he continues his improvement because I think he's a cracking player. And I hope we've got a deal struck with Norwich for him. I don't want him to come in and say double the price.
I hope we've not got a deal struck with Norwich because he's a Brighton player.
Brighton, sorry. No, you know what I mean. I do. Actually, somebody else made that mistake last week, innit?
I know they're in the same locale a bit, but you wouldn't like to walk it.
Oh, God, no.
What's your views on the state of Scottish football, Bridge, with this split and all the other things that's going on?
Well, it's just... But we've been in situations before. My memory serves me right. I'm sure we went through the split and played every game away from home.
No, it's never happened. That's never happened, mate. You play 3 or 2, mate.
It's supposed to be 3 or 2, yeah.
Aye.
Now, I don't know what they're moaning about. If there's a rule and regulation that says no matter what happens, it comes to split, you've got the top 6 and there's the top 2 teams, or let's say the bigger clubs, Rangers and Celtic, it might just be down to that. They'll play 2 at home and 3 away, which is fair. It's fair enough, but now what I'm hearing is that they don't want the Rangers to get 2 at home because it's going to involve some of the teams who we've already played. If
Kilmarnock finish in the top 6, mate, the 5 teams that we would play in the split, we've played them all twice at home.
That's correct. So I'm saying Kilmarnock, particularly Kilmarnock and Hibs, because I think I heard Neil Lennon saying something about it tonight. I tend to switch off when he's on. But he said something about, nobody happy if we want to go to Ibrox again. We don't want to go to Ibrox again. We want to have it at Hibs and get a full house and so on and so forth. And I'm thinking, well, what is it you want? You want Rangers to pay for something that's not even their fault. It's nothing to do with Rangers. It's the league.
And we've been to Pittodrie 3 times in the past. I'll put it out there, but I'd be really interested to hear if anybody's got really strong views on it. I'm not a fan of the split. People might think it's exciting. I personally just think I'm not a fan. What about yourself, Bridge?
No, I don't like a split. I think we should have gone for something more level. And even though we might not like the Football Association and the Premiership down in England, at least everything's level, if you follow what I mean, that way. There's none of this nonsense. It's all there in front of you. This is what you need to do, and that's it. Whereas here we are, I don't know how many games we've played, but let's say we're 10 games away from the split, and they're starting.
Ibrox, are you a fan? No, sorry, Bridge. Sorry, mate.
All right, carry on.
Ibrox, are you a fan?
No, I've not been a fan of this split, mate. I wouldn't say I'm 100% against it because me personally, I don't know what the right league formation should be. I think we've been fighting about it here many, many years. They come up with this organisational chart way And I think, no, let's be clear about this, right? We know my maths isn't the best, but I think it could be that the team who are 7th in the league could end up with a team that's actually get more points than the team at 6, is that right? Is it something like that, or am I...
In theory, and it's only a theory, when they work, you could end up with a team in 7th with more points than the team in 1st place.
Aye, so it's stupid.
Madly, if you had a close league, and I'm not saying it would ever happen, but you could end up with a right close league, all the top teams draw, and the team at 7th wins all their games.
But in reality, it's two separate leagues, isn't it? Although it's not put down in paper like that.
Aye.
When the split comes, you've got the bottom 6 playing each other and the top 6 playing each other, and it should be hinted like that. And okay, they're carrying forward their points, but you're absolutely right. The team lying in 6th place, is rather 7th place, could end up with more points than the team lying 1st. Theoretically, could end up with more points than the 1st place, and it wouldn't make a blind bit of difference. Because when you see it in where did they finish in the league type of thing, it's quite crazy to see they've got a higher number of points than some of the guys above them, It's a bit nonsensical. I would like them to just split the leagues, and for whatever reason, just let them split the leagues and be done with it,
And how would you do it, Bridge?
Well, it's the 6 as they are now. If it's going to be a split, I don't mind the split. What I don't like is just what you've mentioned. When you look at the Scottish Premiership, there should be a warning against it, shouldn't there? To say, by the way, the results for the final 6 games or 5 games don't really might warp what's happened, what you see, because you'll see someone possibly in the 7th position and they've got far less points than someone in 5th or 6th or even 4th, and maybe even higher. But I mean, it just does look ridiculous when you put it a league table with the 12 teams in it. It can look daft. I would like to see them, the top 6 and then a gap, and then the bottom 6, so that people can see what the split is. That's just the way I think, anyway. I might be talking rubbish.
No, I've not got the answers. I've got a lot of criticisms, but I've not got the answers. My mate for the Fox was saying that he would favour a 14-team league, Ibrox, with an 8 and a 6 split, and the top 6 play each other twice, and then it eradicates all this home and away stuff. Everybody would play the same amount of games. Who's doing the typing?
I think you're right there, by the way. It's something like that, some sort of some formal way that would make sure that everybody is level and there's nobody getting any favouritism or a perceived favouritism being given to anyone other than yourself. Because you just end up people getting really upset. And I have to say, the toxic one from Hibernian has already had his say on it, and he's had his say on virtually everything at the present moment. So I don't know whether MD listens to him or not, but there's a good chance that's pressure. To me, that's pressure being put on an association to make sure that something doesn't happen or something happens and it's going to be in the negative to Rangers based on whatever rules we've got in place. If we've got rules that are there in place that says the top 2 teams in the Premiership in the top 6 will only have 2 home games and a maximum 2 home games and 3 away games, then that's fair enough, and they sort it out like that. But for somebody to turn around and say long before it's happened, we're not happy. In fact, two clubs have already done it. To me, 2 enemies, Kilmarnock and Hibs, they've already done it. Celtic won't do it because Celtic will be the exact same as Rangers in a sense. They'll be the same treatment. I don't know if Celtic...
Partick Thistle done it last year, didn't they?
Yes.
Partick Thistle says about they weren't happy because obviously they didn't think they'd get in the top 6. I think they ended up doing that right enough.
They did, aye.
They said that before the season started, their revenues, because they were missing out in 2 Old Firm games, there was a big percentage of their revenue potentially, Well,
this is what they're all claiming. I don't quite understand it. I don't mind them saying these things, and I understand fully from a financial perspective that they depend greatly on the big support that Rangers and Celtic bring to their grounds. But the truth of the matter is, it's not the Rangers and Celtic's fault. It's the league. They're the ones that are running it the way it has been run. And the same clubs, they're part of the league setup. I don't understand why Why are they mentioning Rangers and Celtic in these things? I know why, because it's money. But in reality, it could be anything. If Rangers weren't in the top 5, if Rangers were 6th, what are they going to do? Are they going to still say, "Oh, we want the Rangers support"? I don't know.
Just for the record, ever who went for 15 minutes won the money, all right?
Yes! No, I'm wrong. That wasn't me. I take that back. That would have been the one and only Mr. I'll tell you later. I'll keep you in suspense with that one.
Whoever who that was, with the wee poll, 15 minutes, bang on the button, whoever that was. He mentioned the C word. So, it'd be interesting to see if anybody's got any great thoughts on it. We've also, we'll read out a letter. We've had a letter, some of the fans have had letters for the chairman of Fraserburgh. People's thoughts on that, people's thoughts on the build-up, people's thoughts on the mess that is Scottish football. So it'll be good to hear from people. What's the number, Bridge?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Where else can they join us, Ibrox?
You can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online and they'll be brought into the call.
Yep. So, first caller's in, Big Ulster. Evening, big man.
Hello, how you doing? I'm in here to collect my winnings.
Yes. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations.
What's this winnings for?
You meant the C word.
Oh, right. I get what you're meaning now. Sorry.
I think it's a bottle of shambles, is it not?
On your way to you, Ulster. A bottle of champers on their way to you. How are you, big man? All right?
I'm doing well, thanks. How are you keeping, guys?
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. Looking forward to the game on Saturday. Looking forward to us stepping up, putting Hearts to the sword, 2 or 3-0, playing well. Maybe 3 or 4-1. Maybe if we keep a clean sheet, but playing well, scoring goals, and putting another marker down Ulster.
Yep, that's what we need to do. I think it's a massive opportunity because if we get 3 points, we're either closing the gap, or opening the gap, or maybe both, depending how the result goes of other places. So, if we get the 3 points, we're either getting away from somebody or getting close to somebody else. So It's a big ascendancy for us to do the job. We need to do it.
Fair comment, mate. You'd be a great one to ask this question. We just talked about the mess at Scottish football, and you don't know when the fixtures are for the split. I think you told me one night when we were chatting that you always come over for the last home game because you don't know when they're going to be after the split. Is that correct? Your club?
Yeah, we've actually booked our last home game the last game we booked is Dundee at home because you can't book the last 6. And then to give you a silly, I think one of the games last season was Aberdeen at home on a Wednesday, so it's something we couldn't do. So we can't wait, because the games come too thick and fast once they give the fixtures out, for us to get flights over. If we want to get over the game, we have to book pretty early in advance, so the flights go crazy money,
Aye. So the Foxes' idea of a 14-team league where the split's done after 26 games, and then the Boatmate play another twice, which would give them 37 games, I believe. I need to check that out, Ibrox. And then the top teams would play their games, and they would play another 10 games.
Sorry, mate, what is it? The exact thing you're on here? I'll get it up.
14 teams, yeah?
Yeah.
So everybody would play twice, that's 26 games, isn't it? Yeah.
Right.
And then you split it up into an 8 and a 6. Yeah. And they all play twice.
Right.
So the top teams have another 10. So that would be the name of 33 games. A big difference in the games there. 5 games down in revenue. But that was something to look at. That was Fox's idea. And then you could have the fixtures because you would know that you could put the fixtures out for the season because you could say that number 1 would play number 3 in the second game of the split. So you would know where the likelihood the fixtures were going to be. No exact, but still a lot better than this. I thought it was an improvement in what we've got just now. Bridgman?
Aye.
No,
There's been discussion. No, there's been discussion about numbers of people in the leagues, the numbers of teams. Sorry, it sounds not a bad way. I dare say it's got its pluses, just the same as the 12-team league and the split. I dare say it's got its people like that. Some people like it, and it suits a lot of folk. I would prefer if they went the whole way and got a top team of 22, a top league of 20 teams and a second division of 22. But obviously there's going to be games during that season. I'm saying games during that season.
Did it?
Well, there you go. So what can you say? You can't really say too much. It would keep a level playing field. Plus, you wouldn't be too far away from our cousins down the road. That's what they've got, isn't it? Or it might even be more than that. They've got a 24-team championship.
Well, the championship has... I mean, Scotland, obviously, the population and the locality teams, you know.
That's absolutely. But what I mean is, if you said, right, what we'll do is we'll put a 20-team league in and they play each other twice, the first thing you're going to hear is the Partick Thistles, who you just mentioned a wee bit earlier. They're going to complain and say, no, we want to have, whenever possible, we want to have 2 games against the Old Firm. Yeah, that's providing they're in the top 6. They'll get their 2 games against the Old Firm. Two games at home, sorry. And they just want the money. It's only the money they're interested in my opinion. It's only the money they're interested in. It's to fill their stadium, because the way things are, Rangers are the only ones that are actually filling their stadium.
Ulster?
I'm not a big fan of the split myself. We do it over here as well, to be honest, the exact same format in the Northern Irish League here. Mm-hmm. We do the exact same thing, and I don't like it myself, you know. But the smaller teams are the same over here. They have an argument that the Glens and Linfield would bring the biggest away support, and they're missing out on that, you know. But I think the different perspective for Scotland is, I think the biggest sale for our game is probably the Old Firm, and the TV demand as many Old Firms as we can squeeze in. I think that's the reason probably why they do that format in Scotland. But it's not great for the likes of myself, but I think it's something that they're going to be going with for the future. I think if you went for a 16-team league, you know, it's all, you've got a few teams down the championship, like Falkirk, Dundee United, Dunfermline, you know, but you can't guarantee those teams always being up there. Then you might get the likes of Annan, different teams coming up, and then obviously it's small grounds. It doesn't suit the league. So I think that's the problem as well. I just don't think Scotland has a big enough pool or big enough clubs to go for a 16-team league.
Oh, all right, mate.
Can I ask a question on this subject? I've got to ask all of the guys, even the guys in the lobby. I wonder what they think of this. When Rangers were in the doldrums in the bottom leagues up till 2 seasons ago, was there anybody complaining about the split?
No, that I can remember, mate.
Correct. You'll know here, never heard. I don't remember hearing anything about it. Rangers weren't there, so it didn't matter to them. Now that Rangers are back in, there's the moaning and the groaning and all the rest of it's all happening. Sorry, guys.
Because it's all about the Rangers anyway. If people
that's
want to join,
it feels like, yeah.
If people want to join us, what's the number, Bridgman?
The number is 0141 356 1972.
Can you give us that number again, Big Ulster?
I'm useless at this.
0141
0141 356 1972.
Well done, Ulster. Well done.
Close. You're only one number out.
Oh boy.
And where else can they join us? Ibrox?
You can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online and we'll be brought into the call.
Anyway,
we'll
be joined by young Mount Vernon. How we doing, Mount?
Evening, gentlemen.
Right,
How you doing, guys? All right.
All right, mate. What's on your mind?
It's good chat as always. Quite interesting points been made about the split. I
mean, you're the supporter, boss man, and we've got a business. You're running a business, and you've got to go, and you don't know the dates to get.
Aye.
You know,
I think the split in theory, if you know what I mean, from a football and more Rangers point of view,
keep the league alive and all that.
Yeah,
I get all that, but
I think in theory No, it doesn't work. I think we're all. I think the woes of Ulster, some of the things the boys get through, the boys for Ulster get through, and I think it's one of the ones where I think in theory it works, but I think like everything else for the SFA, I think the date and paper instead of maybe proper consultation and proper understanding of the game, understanding the circumstances and the realities of what we're faced here. But I think some of the suggestions, some of the boys are putting the suggestions in the lobby is quite interesting. But I said it in the lobby there as well. It's no Rangers' fault that we're potentially going to be playing 3 teams, a couple of teams at home 3 times in the league. That just sums up Scottish football.
We went to Pittodrie 3 times a few seasons ago. We've been joined also by Blue Shadow. How we doing, Blue?
No bad, mate. No bad. I just was interested with the subject you're on about, with the split and everything.
Give us your thoughts, mate. You're a deep and wonderful thinker of all things Scottish football.
Yeah. You think so, eh?
No.
No, he's playing
Mount Vernon. I tell lies. You don't work that out yet.
How you doing, Shadow? All right?
No bad, Bridge. You passed your fitness test then?
I passed my fitness test. I was wheeled round the supermarket today, the big supermarket, 3 times round it, and tested me with a guy. I also said, "You're good. You're all right."
Oh, and the wallet opened smoothly at the end to like fight it like that.
Strangely enough.
She didn't put you in a trolley, did she, Bridge?
No, I was.
He got one of the wee electric buggies.
He
had one of the wee electric buggies. He had one of the wee electric buggies. So he did.
She sent me away up, but you go like a scout in the old westerns and that. You go and look for water, So you go there and get me such and such and come back with it.
Is that why you had the 2 sticks when I was talking to you?
That's right, yeah.
I was going to say, you didn't fling her in the Clyde, did you?
No. Don't be daft. It's the other way about.
It was a Kelvin. Right, Blue, what's your thoughts?
Well, the thoughts is that, the person who has unofficially been in charge of Scottish football for the past few years has left behind him pretty much a bloody mess wherever he's been, if you excuse the language. And I think we need to just rip it all up. I think we need to get the clubs out of like they have at the SFA, get the clubs out of the management of the league and get somebody in to run it properly, whereby the clubs can't vote on decisions that they didn't like. And as I say, we need to start again. We need to get more clubs into the league. We need to create a better product. And I find it very strange that all these shouts about the split, this, that, and the next thing have come up just after they've had a meeting about reforming the SFA stroke SPFL, or whatever it is. Did anybody else find that?
Is that a bit of conspiracy theories there, Blue Shadow?
Oh, did I trust them as far as I could bloody throw half of them?
Yeah, I get that, mate. How did he know? Talk to the season ticket holders at all the clubs, Mount? How long would that take to?
It'd take us a wee while. I don't know about themselves.
Send it out, questionnaire, likes and dislikes, and then see what your customer base is. What the customer base is saying. Is that too hard to do?
I agree with you. I absolutely agree, mate. But I think, let's be honest. I think the cowards at SFA are their customer base is sort of, it's a wee bit more limited than what it is. I just think my wish would be it's fair. We get a fair crack at the whip with the league, with everything, and I just think as fans, my big pal Ulster across the water, some of the stuff that the boys get through is unbelievable. The fact that they can't book games in advance, it's just, Blue's right. You know what? We need to just go back to the drawing board and get back to.
But that's the same if you're running a bus for Belfast or Bearsden, mate. You've got the same logistical problems. That's what's wrong about it.
That's the thing, and I wish there was more fan engagement. I think football would be a great thing, if there was more fan engagement. But like everything else, it's run for business. It's run for TV companies. It's run for people it's run for the armchair viewer, the armchair fan.
But we could still improve it for Orem as well, couldn't we?
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. You know, I think there's weaknesses everywhere in our game. There's nothing perfect. I'm not saying that we need to strive for perfect, but I think we should strive for fair, and it should be fair to all fans, not just the fans that go to the games, but fans, you know, who are armchair viewers as well. You know.
All right, Ibrox, you ready?
Oh, I know it's coming here and I don't like it.
Not the first time you've said that, Ibrox, is it?
No.
Sharpen the abacus, sharpen it.
Right, and we'll start with the panel. We'll ask the panel. It's just a simple yes or no. Do you like the split? Yes or no? Bridgman?
No.
Blue Shadow?
No.
Ulster?
No.
Mount Vernon?
No.
Ibrox?
No.
Ox? No.
Right, so that's 100% with the panel.
Oh, well done, Ibrox. Good man.
You sure of that, mate? Are you sure?
Come on, I don't get some plaudits for that. Come on.
Fox, are you there?
Well done, Ibrox.
I like the split, mate.
No, you done that to wind me up. Come on.
So Ibrox, right? So Ibrox, what's
Wait a
that?
minute. Let Fox talk.
Let's be honest. If it's done right, it can work. We need to change our league to suit European football now. It starts very early for us, and I think a shorter amount of games played there a different period, mate, would help us especially, because we're going to go into these qualifying rounds as usual. We need match fitness, mate. I would like to see us extend the winter break to maybe as late as the end of February, so that we're playing competitive football right up until we go into the qualifiers, mate. The split is good. It gives the television companies exactly what they want, which is 4 firm games this season. And I think it could work if it was done right. As I said, an 8 and add 2 more teams and make it an 8 and a 6, mate. And that means that the 4 teams out of the 6 are playing for European football as well. If everything goes normally to plan, it'll be the teams with the biggest grounds as well that'll probably qualify for the top 6. Means it's better for away fans in terms of tickets and getting to see the games. I think if it was done right, it could be a good success.
Oh, there you go. A different point of view. Yeah, when you go.
Totally disagree with you. I think that the split just masks the deep-rooted problems that are within Scottish football, and I think we need to get rid of it and just concentrate on getting a better product, full stop.
Other way can you do it, Blue Shadow? You can't have, in Scotland, you can't have a 16, 18 team league, mate, because it doesn't work. There's too many meaningless games, too many clubs that get into the Premier League with inadequate grounds, inadequate surfaces, and I think everybody wants to see at the sharp end the big teams play against each other.
Mm-hmm. And why do they have these inadequate grounds and inadequate surfaces? Because they don't have enough money. And if they came into a bigger league and got given a fair crack at the revenue and what could be an increased revenue, maybe these teams that aren't quite so good might become better, and this will make their facilities.
Well, I'll give you a different point of view in that. Why don't the top 6 no take any of the TV money and spread it downwards as compensation? Maybe they could make it a sort of rule that they've got to have a grass park and it must be up to the top standards, and what would pay for that would be the TV money. The big clubs can survive on, for all it is anyway, we're only talking about a couple of £1 million here, mate, for even the top 2 teams that take part in our league. Pass it down to the lower clubs, tell them to get their grounds up to standard with decent capacities, that when we go there, we're playing in decent surfaces and our fans can get tickets, mate. That's what we need to do with Scottish football.
Well, we could perhaps look at that. Oh, sorry, Ulster.
I just want to come in just quickly, if you don't mind. The only thing about if you've got to say, Fox, your idea there, which is probably a good idea, but in theory, if you've got, say, the top 6, and it's, as you said, maybe only a couple of minutes, not a big lot to us or them, but if you say Ross County sitting in 6th place, it might actually benefit them more in that case to go to 7th and start dropping games because they wouldn't lose out in the money then.
Well, that's a fair point, I suppose. Maybe I've not completely thought this out, but it's only
You're not being fair, Ulster. Ulster, you're being totally unfair. You know that Fox never thinks something through 100%, like his Sammy Khedira story. It's all right in theory, but
I'm on the right track. There's just a wee couple of things you need to adjust, mate.
I'm going to get my
wrist slapped for that. Then a Ross County does get in, mate. Good for them. You know, I mean, if they get in, they get full gruns, mate. Twice more after Old Firm, and they'll get good crowds off of Hearts and Hibs as well to make up for it, mate.
That's a fair
comment.
Yeah.
Would it be cost neutral then? If as long as it was cost neutral to them, you'd be all right. On you go, mate.
Can I just finish off?
Aye, on you go.
The TV companies that for us, for Rangers and Celtic to make this commitment, the only games that will be on the telly at the weekend are them for the top 6, mate. Because they've got all the fans. There's a lot of your fans can't get to Ibrox because it's a sellout. So they should show their games live, mate, for the bigger supports. Nobody wants to watch Ross County and St Mirren on the telly.
Here.
They want to see your Hearts and Rangers and whoever else is in that top 6 playing against each other, mate. That's what the TV companies want. And we get to show games on the telly, mate, with full crowds and a bit of atmosphere for everybody. You know?
Sunday's game there, Mount. I'm going to come to Mount next, but just Sunday's game on the telly. There's thousands of people looking for tickets who maybe don't travel at the finish, a lot of them, because they stay in their local and watch it in the boozer. Mm-hmm. But there's hundreds of empty seats because the organisation in Scottish football is a farce. There's literally hundreds of empty seats in that main stand at Hamilton. Yeah. It's frustrating, isn't it?
I mean, I'm not going to lie, guys. I mean, the biggest issue for us as a supporters club now is just away tickets. Away tickets are one of the most debatable subjects probably in the travelling support at the moment. The lack of tickets is I've never seen like, and it's decent, honest bears who'll go every single week to places like Dingwall, places like Inverness last year on a Friday night. These guys are Rangers diehards. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying there are any more supporters than other supporters that support the team, but it's some of the things that our supporters club is having to get through. Like, I mean, there's an example. Next Tuesday we're away to St Johnstone. Our bus is completely full on the way trip to St Johnstone. We're taking a 60-seater up there. There's our supporters club are basically going to have to leave about 5 o'clock. So effectively for most people, you're having to maybe take a half shift probably, or if you've got a good relationship with your boss, you're maybe knocking off an hour, maybe starting early an hour, and maybe getting away an hour earlier. And it's guys, it's St Johnstone will be absolutely full. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of the fans that are coming. I mean, there's a lot of guys. I know there's some guys that are coming down from Aberdeen, Inverness. I've got good friends in the Borders. Guys across the water as well. A guy I was standing next to in Partick Thistle was from Londonderry. So I mean, a lot of the guys that are travelling, they're travelling thousands and thousands of miles. There's a guy.
Corby Loyal for here was going up to Dingwall.
Yeah, I mean, there's a guy.
That's a bit of a trick.
I met a guy in Dingwall who was travelling the Leicester Loyal and West Midlands Loyal. I mean, just unbelievable support that we have. The point on the split, just quickly. I don't want to take too much time up, but just quickly on the split. I think Fox is right. I think in theory, it does work. I think it makes it exciting. It makes it, the teams that you're competing against, you're going to be playing against. So I think the understanding is very, very good. But for me, I think that the way the situation has got to just now, we're going to have to play somebody potentially 3 times at Ibrox. I personally don't think that's fair. As a supporter, I don't think it's fair that somebody. I quite agree with.
Especially with our record at Ibrox.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. But I think if you're looking for fairness, I think the other teams, from their point of view, if you're a footballing point of view, or a sport integrity point of view, I mean that's a hard word on here, but from that point of view, is that right that we're playing somebody 3 times at home? Me personally, I don't think it is. Not because the Rangers have been crap this season at Ibrox. It's just I don't think it's fair.
We've been joined by Alan63. Evening, Al.
Hello, guys. How you doing?
How you doing, Al?
Big man.
Hi. I wanted to phone in or call in, Skype in, and just say something about the split. I think it's totally idiotic. I know there's fors and against, but if it was that good, all the leagues would do it. We're one of the few, if not the only lot in the whole world that do it. It's stupid. If you're going to be playing
Holland, Switzerland, and Big Ulster says Ulster. I might be wrong with that, but I'm putting it in there. Carry on now.
They're all kind of dropped away, aren't they? Including Dutch football. I think overall, if you're going to have a league, then you've got to make it fair for all. And to be fair for all, you should all play each other twice. If that means making that league bigger, then do it. And if folk don't want that, then drop the League Cup, because it's stupid having 2 cup competitions and a league competition in a wee diddy country. It just doesn't make sense.
All right, fair comment.
Clubs playing for nothing at the end of the season happens in every league in the world. You just put up with it. You don't want relegated, so try win your games. And if you're maybe playing Celtic the following week, you're like, oh crap, we're playing Celtic. Or if you're playing Rangers, it's, oh no, we're playing Rangers, Aberdeen, oh no. You know what I mean? Make it fair.
I actually side with you, mate. Fox's idea works for me, but I'm still nobody's convinced me the split's a good idea.
Well, if you're going to get relegated for your top league, which is our Premier League, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't want to be walking out and thinking, well, whoever's top come the split, we're not be playing them again. So it's just us wee diddy cups that we played against each other. That isn't fair in itself. Not when you've played the rest of the league against these top sides.
That's a fair comment.
You've got to run it all fair.
That's a fair comment, because you maybe think about it. If you're the manager of a team that is, and maybe be in a relegation battle, you might hold players back because the next week you've got a 6-pointer coming up against somebody that's running about you, rather than say against one of the top teams where you think you'll not get anything from it anyway.
Yeah, and if you're two of the best sides in the bottom 6, you're rubbing your hands because you're saying, it's just these wee tools are playing. So you're getting off scot-free for not being good. It's not right.
What about the playoff system? The playoffs, first of all, in England, do you think that's a good idea, or do you think that's no fair when the team that finishes 6 can go up to the team that finishes 3rd?
Yeah, I think I'm against it. I know it causes excitement and extra.
You're a traditionalist, Al. You're a traditionalist.
Aye, yeah. I think it's just stupid as well.
All right, okay. Why
play all season to come, 3rd? You don't get included.
Well,
and then you're in playing 4, 5 and 6. That's just mine.
But I think everybody's saying the same thing. There's only one that's actually said that they don't mind too much about the split. But on the panel here, I think most folk have said they're not that keen on the split. But the truth of the matter is, it is what it is. There's no much. We can't make it great. It's never going to be perfect ever. It's never going to be perfect. And I was asking the question, Alan. There's a big moan, and this is what they're talking about. And there's a big moan. 2 clubs, maybe even 3 clubs, have came out and said they don't want to go to Ibrox. It's unfair that Rangers are getting 3, possibly 2 home games. Why should we go to Ibrox 3 times in the one season? And these are valid questions. I'm not trying to say they're not valid, but the truth is that's the way the split works. Somewhere along the line, the Rangers and Celtic are going to be handicapped, shall we say? But they're only going to be able to, because it's only 5. You can only play 5 teams. So they've turned around and saying, well, you can only get 2 home games each, and you're at least 3 games away from home. Well, fair enough. So everybody lives with that. But as soon as it happens to some of these other teams, they oh no, we don't want to be. We're a victim. No Rangers. They're the victim. We don't want to go to Ibrox. But they never. By the way, I must admit, they never said they don't want to go to Parkhead either. But they just said they don't want to go to Rangers to play Rangers 3 games. And I think that's sad. It's sad that they're allowed to say that, and the authorities haven't reprimanded any of them for saying it. And they're coming out on television and saying it, and probably in the papers as well. And I think that's the saddest part. That's the way the league is. If they want to continue with the league, and I agree with you, if they don't have this, they must make it fair. I'm all for a 20-team league and let them fight it out. That's what. But we know it's not going to work. It's not going to happen.
No, I think they should do that. I think it would make much more sense. I think the football would be better as well, because you'd get mid-table teams no scared to play up-and-coming players. It's always been that way, and I think they've got to get back to reserve league instead of doing whatever it is they're doing money-wise for these under-20 games. It's just it's a clusterfuck, isn't it, as they would say in a contest.
No.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. No. I get your point. Good point.
Alan, you're shocking, by the way. That language is unbelievable.
I didn't
nearly as bad as that Boswell with your language.
He's not as bad as Bridge. You're all right.
Oh, come on.
He's turned in a new league.
Sometimes I get a bit upset.
I'm feeling a good mood for you tonight, mate. I'm feeling a good mood. Nice movie today.
A great movie. Absolutely, great movie. James Bond from Russia with Love.
See what you done there,
Russia with love.
Brilliant.
I fly to you.
Don't know what you're getting at, Bridge. I don't know what you're getting at. How did it go again?
What's your favourite book?
Well, that one with which is, oh God Almighty, I can't remember it now for the life of me. The Russian one. It's about Russia. It was about Russia.
It's about Russia.
It's about Russia. No, it was one of these love stories about Russia. What was it again?
Dr.
Zhivago.
That's it, Dr. Zhivago. That's it. That was it. From Russia with love, I fly to you. Love it.
I'm going to start watching McMafia tonight.
By the way, have you seen any of that?
Aye, it's excellent, isn't it, mate?
Absolutely brilliant, by the way. Absolutely brilliant. Wish I knew what they were saying right enough.
Takes you back to your youth, does it, Bridge?
Well,
it's Dr. Zhivago. He was in the original.
Oh, brilliant. From Russia with love, I'm so happy tonight.
What's been going on? It's on with him. Tablets of the doctor getting you.
I can just
listen, there was
his wife shouting in, would you shut up?
There was a period in here when H-Sharma want to make drug testing compulsory on the show, but I don't think we could do it.
Oh, brilliant, by the way. These antibiotics the doctor gave me are absolutely brilliant, by the way.
He's a couple.
What can I say?
Right, Ibrox Loyal, back to Ibrox Loyal. What was the percentages in the lobby?
Did you in the lobby? We only done it in the panel.
Oh.
You never says it in the lobby, you never says...
Right, well, alright, we'll do it now. We'll ask the lobby. Ask the lobby and we need the percentages, not the numbers. Yes or no for the split? Yes for, no against. Yes or no?
Just while that's going, I mean, a point with the split is the one thing about having all the, they say, oh well, you can get all the big clubs with the big stadiums playing against each other. It's like, well, if you just have all the big boys playing against each other, you're taking away from the smaller clubs that actually, all clubs need money, but they need it more than anybody else to bring their teams and stadia, at least keep them at the standard they are, rather than falling any further behind. And hopefully, if they get a bit more money, they can buy better players, have better stadiums, and then you get more tickets for your buses and whatnot, rather than just, constantly cutting, and you end up with bugger all.
Yeah, but see, getting back to that's a great point. I'll come to Mount with this one next. I mean, He's saying they're 60 for his bus going up to Perth on a Tuesday evening, and they're going to go up there with mob handed, and there'll be people outside looking for tickets, and you've got in the ground, and you'll be facing a stand, and it'll be half empty.
Mm-hmm.
People can't get in. It's absolute madness, mate.
I could totally understand what you're saying, but this is what I'm saying as well. Is if, for taking St Johnstone just as an example, if they were to be better off, that way they could bring in better players, create a better product. That means their ground is full all the time, not just against 2 clubs every season, and then they can afford to make their facilities better, and it creates a positive circle rather than a negative shrinking one that we've got at the minute.
But still, in the split, mate, they still get an away game, a home game against all the top sides, mate. They can still make their money.
Aye.
And maybe as Oxger says, mate, teams like Motherwell, etc., who only give us a small portion of the ground, mate, while the rest of it is empty, would be forced to sell them to the public, mate. And if they're willing to take the doing because they get so many games against the likes of the Old Firm, mate, where they can dictate that the rest of the stadium can be half full, where loads of Rangers supporters or Celtic supporters are locked out the ground because they'll no sell them the tickets. That would force them into selling tickets, mate.
Well, surely the SFA or something like that, or the SPFL, whichever organisation's responsible, should legislate against them doing that.
But the thing is, mate, our football isn't working the way it is now. Something needs to change.
That's just exactly what I was saying, folks.
But it's no, it can't change into a bigger league with less competition between the games, mate. It can't go that way. I mean, even the top competition in Europe, the Champions League, is like a split as well, mate. They make sure the big teams have got every chance of going through. It's no a knockout, so most of them go through every year, and they all assemble in the last 16 for all the big games. That's maybe 1 or 2 small fry manage to get themselves into it, but in normal times, mate, it's the usual big clubs.
And how many be there? And how many people are switching off the Champions League because it's the same teams every year? That's
the way football.
I still watch the boat race, and it's the same teams in the final every year.
Yeah, all right.
That's millionaires for that stuff.
No, but there are a lot of people who have been complaining quite vociferously that it's the same teams every blooming year, and they're saying they're not watching it anymore because of that. And I think that's as well.
You're only watching it, mate, because your team's no. You're not watching it because your team's no in it. But for competition in this country to thrive, mate, and for us to get better players and better competition and a better chance in Europe, you've got to restructure the league to make it possible, mate. No, if we carry on the way we're going right now, mate, we're just getting further and further into backwater football for me.
That's exactly what I said,
Guys, you're going to have a far, far better competition if you say, tell what is it, League One they call the next one? Championship? The next one doing it anyway. You tell them a date, and you tell them straight, the top 2 clubs are coming up to stay up. There'll be no playoffs. And then play each other twice. If you're going to play each other twice, the competition's going to be awesome, and that's why down south works. That's why the big leagues all work, because you're playing each other twice. And if a wee Diddy team actually goes out one day and beats Celtic, it's like, oh, bloody hell, so-and-so beat Celtic. But see if they're playing them 4 times, so it's like, oh, who cares? We'll beat them the next 3 times anyway. The competition's crap.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point, mate. I get that.
See, in theory, guys, as well, just quickly on that, I mean, I don't really like to talk about other teams, I really don't, but if you look at the Championship just now, I mean, you've got teams like St Mirren, you've got teams like Dundee United, you know what I mean, potential big games, you know what I mean, there's other teams like Dunfermline, Falkirk. I mean, it just adds to what Al just said there. I mean, the type of teams really should be in the Premiership, you know. Dundee United's always been a big game for Rangers, you know what I mean, and it's something that I think we need to look at, as you said, because I mean, I'm not going to lie, man, getting up to Dingwall twice isn't fun, if you know what I mean. You know, it's. I think as you say, guys, there needs to be change. Something needs to happen. You know, and hopefully for the better. You know, and somebody actually, please, somebody actually be a bit of negotiation skills. Please negotiate a better TV deal. £19 million for Scottish football is just utter bonkers, man. It's just bonkers.
What I think about that, mate, is that I get your point. That's a good idea. You know, have your Dunfermline, Falkirk, and Dundee United, but there's no guarantee that they'll stay in the leagues. So you might actually have even smaller grounds to go to, if you know what I'm saying. Like, you've got Hamilton, you've got Partick, you've got Ross County. That's 3 places that Dunfermline, Falkirk, and Dundee United, St Mirren could be taken, but they can't get themselves in a position to get in to the top league. You know what I'm saying?
And Hamilton and Partick Thistle shouldn't be allowed into our ground, unfortunately, with the state of the grounds at the moment. In my opinion, when you go there in the top league, there's no the full 4 sides there. I just think it's not right in the top league. Only my opinion. People might see it different, and I'm no anti-Hamilton or Partick Thistle. It's just the way it looks.
Oh, the other thing I meant to say, sorry, just coming out with it because I remembered it. The pitches.
Aye.
That's another one. Give them a year. Tell them, get real grass in there or get to.
Aye, absolutely. See that pitching Sunday, by the way, that was an absolute joke, so it was. Professional football players, it was just a joke. I'm sorry, it was an absolute joke.
You can only go the way you're facing, mate.
No, I know that, but you know something, see the pitches.
And the pitches, that's the problem. It doesn't take a stud.
Aye. You know, and it's just, see, honestly, I just think, do you know what? We shouldn't, I mean, you think about it, right? I mean, somebody mentioned this, and do you know what? You're absolutely right. That's probably the first time Russell Martin's probably played on a professional game on that type of pitch before. Because you think about where he's came from, think about where Bruno Alves has came from. You know, why is Kilmarnock and Hamilton allowed artificial surfaces? It's an absolute joke. It's a definite advantage to them. Their pitches are lethal, so they are horrible, horrible things. The amount of injuries you see on them, the amount of people you see, the way the ball bounces, the way it's just a bad pitch. I mean, I was talking to one of the boys next to me at that game, and he was saying apparently every single day, every single night, even probably just now, that somebody's on that pitch, you know, playing, you know, that can't be good for that. Do you know what I mean? I just think professional football in Scotland, you shouldn't have an artificial pitch. End of. You know.
You got a better one than that, Mount. Apparently, they played rugby down on the one at Kilmarnock.
Aye, do you know why that is? Why that is as well? The two, Kilmarnock and Hamilton, are community-based clubs. They get so much a percentage for a surface, I believe, for the councils in both areas because they're a community-based club. What are you saying? 70% of the time, it's going to be teams out with Hamilton, Kilmarnock that's actually going to use the pitches. They'll use it to train on.
Cheers, Brooks. Cheers, good point, mate. Listen, what was the poll? What did it come out in the lobby?
97%. No,
97%.
No, against.
There we go. Rangers Radio says no.
I'm with
so did Scotland.
97% is good.
Yeah, also
Philistines.
Could you explain how you worked out?
Right, on mute. Fox is going to use a tune. He might be in a bad mood, so I don't know what we're going to get.
The statement I do make, and it is no mistake, about a football team that plays down Parkhead Way. They're a shower of diving shites, and you know that I am right, for that's the way the Glasgow Celtic play. They were playing against the Hearts when the ball went into the box. Chris Sutton, he dived down onto the grass. The ref just turned away and carried on with play. The fans then shouted, "Sutton, get off your arse. Get off your arse. Get off your arse. You diving, cheating You're always a bloody same when you play this football game. You're always diving down onto the grass. Sutton's not the only one when you play against the scum. Petra, Thompson and Hudson do the same, trying to con the referee to get a penalty, for the Celts will cheat so they can win the game. A match against Dundee, it was very plain to see when a ball came into the box to Didier Agat. Agat, he turned around, then dived him to the ground. The ref just said, Agat, get off your arse. Get off your arse, get off your arse. You diving, cheating, shite, get off your arse. Yes, are always a bloody same when you play this football game. You're always diving down onto the grass. There's a rumour going round up at the Parkhead ground. When you hear what it is, I'm sure you'll think it's true. The Tick have signed a guy to help them when they dive. It's none other than Mr. Duncan Goodhue. This rumour could be right. The other day I watched the shite. They were playing against a team nicknamed the Pars. Stilly and Petrov got the ball and done a terrific somersault, but he was told, hey, you get off your ass. Get off your ass, get off your ass. You diving, cheating, shite, get off your ass. These are always a bloody same when you play this football game. You're always diving down onto the grass. Now the diving still went on when the Celtic played the Dons. Sutton was on the ball when he got the call. The captain of Aberdeen thought he was on a submarine when he heard dive, dive, dive over the ball. The Rangers game was next and they were still up to their tricks. The Gers fans at the time were singing the sash. When Hartson hit the floor, there was one almighty roar. Hartson, you cheating shit, get off your ass. Get off your ass, get off your ass. You diving, cheating shit, get off your ass. These are always a bloody same when you play this football game. You're always diving down onto the grass. Get off your ass, get off your ass. You diving, cheating, shite, get off your ass. These are always a bloody same when you play this football game. You're always diving down onto the grass. Yes, she's are always diving down onto the grass.
Get off your ass.
Ass, get
You're
off
diving,
your ass. You're diving, cheating, shite, get off your ass. From Russia with love, I fly to you. Oh, I love it. What a night. What a night.
What happened tonight, Brisbane? What happened tonight?
Mount Vernon.
I don't know. I'm just in a
There
very
was
good
an order
mood.
stress.
We'll be getting dropped in a minute.
Apparently there was a bet put on it as well. Mount
Yeah.
Vernon should ask the
Mount-
lads about the bet.
And Mount will be getting dropped in a minute.
Oh no, I'm not saying down.
Just
Ask Big Ulster, he'll spill the beans.
no, Big Ulster can keep a secret.
I'm just waiting for my champagne here.
Yeah, Big Ulster won the
It's
bet.
getting, what is it? Over on the plane just now, mate. It should be landing me any minute now.
Heard it was a boat of Buck Fizz, but
That's better than nothing, isn't it?
Don't knock it. Don't knock it. Fox purchased it at Christmas time.
boy,
Right, where are we?
Barchester team, is it?
Where are we?
Barchester's a fine drink, a gentleman's drink, Barchester.
So we're split on the split. But overwhelmingly, apart from the Fox, it looks as if most people are against the split. He's got his reasons. So we'll see what happens. Scottish football's obviously in a state, we all agree. Grounds, pitches, surrounding stadium. Yes, Al.
Who was it that ushered that in, the split?
I don't really know, mate.
Was it Ray Gundy's pals, or was it before him?
Might even be before him, mate. It's been going longer than you think, mate. You know, because it's been gone for, what? I'm going to say 15 years now. Would that be about right?
It must be, aye.
Aye, it will be. You're right. That was before then.
Aye.
Jinx.
Might have been that guy. Was it the guy Mitchell?
Is that a guy?
Roger Mitchell. Yeah, Roger Mitchell.
Chief Classes?
Aye.
Oh, I remember his face.
Aye, sure they get one of the ended up getting one of the top jobs at UEFA at one point as well.
I think it was season 2005-2006 it's saying here. The split had been invoked.
Oh, it was gone in Helicopter Sunday, mate.
Aye.
When we played Hibs and they were away to Kilmarnock, I think it was gone in. Anyway, that's half a tap in my head, 15 years. So if people want to join us, what's the number, Bridge?
The number is 0141 356 1972.
Or they can join us at Skype at rangersradio.online, where Fox will bring you in and you can talk about anything Rangers. I know we're still talking about a Hearts game, but it's a big game for us, Mount Vernon, eh?
Massive, mate. It's, I said it in a bit earlier. I think it's the biggest game of our season. I really do.
You're spot on, mate. But if we win, then Perth becomes massive, doesn't it?
Mate, I tell you, man, it's I think Bridgeman said it at the top of the show. I don't know if it was last night or the night, but he says every game's so big now. You know, I think I said to my dad today. I was talking to him and he was saying, you know, we're talking about football and that, and he was saying, I saw by the first real time we've been close to him in 5 or 6 years, and I think I just want to compete with him. That's all. You know, I think just compete with him. You know, frighten the proverbial.
Watch the squeaky bumps.
Exactly. I just think it's interesting.
Not the first time there's been squeaky bums at Parkhead.
Well, that's I know. No, but I just think it's a massive game, mate. You know, we've got our two other rivals are going to play each other up at the Armidden, and hopefully, you know, there'll be a positive result either way for us. You know, so hopefully we can get 3 points, and we can sit back on Sunday and watch they two tear each other apart, and see what happens. You know, hopefully, as Bridgeman says, maybe 2 points dropped each way would be perfect for us. You know,
super for me, pal. Super for me. Both clubs dropping 2 points. Absolutely wonderful. From Russia with love, I fly to you. Always going to slap me.
You can't beat Tim on Tim, can you? Let's be honest.
So, it's Al 63, and then we'll go to Ibrox Loyal. We've got to win. We've got to win the next 2 games, mate, and see where it takes us. Then we've got the cup tie against Falkirk, but that becomes a big game because it's the quarter-finals of the cup. But
well, one at a time.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Because we know what happened the next day. So I think it's an easy one for Mr. Murray. I think he just needs to sit the guys down and say, look, we know having that wee hankering about this league and getting close to them and all the rest of it, and whatever else it is they've said indoors, he can say again, and let them know that we win this, the pressure on them tomorrow will be massive, because the sheep are up there, aren't they? And they've just been pumped out Europe, and they definitely looked so crap tonight. It was unbelievable. I loved it.
Say that again, Alan. They've what?
What? Don't, mate. You'll get dragged.
What about Europe? What was that about Europe?
Oh, none.
Nah, you'll get trapped, man. You can't do that on here.
We've got a bet.
From Russia.
How's that song go again, Bridge?
From Russia with love, I fly to you. I just love it.
He's like a bottle of champagne, mate. He's just ready to pop and let everybody know what he's really thinking.
I actually thought I was going to let the pop out the bottle there.
He's struggling, Ibrox, isn't he?
He is, mate. I've actually got tears rolling down my face here.
Loyal, you pack it in, Loyal. I want to know,
mate, it's just...
What was your working percentage you got? Did you write
I told you 97%.
But how did you work it out? Could you put a photograph and put it in the lobby?
Oh, that's it. He's doing that way.
Mrs. Telton, by the way. He's Mrs. Telton.
He mentioned that. Stroke bridge.
He's Mrs. Telton, thank you.
So, Big Ulster. These games, exciting. Did you see this coming a couple of weeks before Christmas?
Nope. No, to be honest, well, that's when we were starting to get a wee bit, didn't we? We've went on since then, apart from the Hibs game. As I say, I think Alan's made a good said a good point there. You know, Mr. Murray just has to let the team know if we get the 3 points, then no matter what happens, you know, we're gaining, because you're in a situation where the team just below you and the team above you are playing each other, so they have to, someone, if not both teams, have to drop points. So we're gaining. But as he said, before Christmas, I didn't expect it. But then again, I didn't think we'd have such a good window, to be honest. I wasn't expecting as many signings and good quality signings. So, yeah, the future looks good for us.
Blue Shadow.
No, I was expecting, I said before, I was expecting this, but Christmas time I thought, we were in quite serious trouble. But I say, with the quality of the players we've got in, and not only they've landed and started playing quite well quite quickly. You know, Murphy's improved immeasurably over the few games that he's been here. Last game he was absolute. His vision and everything was fantastic. So long may it continue, and I hope we do. If we have a good one in the summer, I think we'll be well on target.
Fox.
But you just want to listen to me again after all my shit, aye? What
Aye.
you're asking me?
Did you see this coming at Christmas time?
No, I didn't know, but this is the sort of weekend, mate, that football fans live for. I mean, we've got two interesting big games, mate. We can either come out of it well or come out of it badly. We need to win our game to put pressure on the other two. If we win our game, it's also a win-win situation for us. I think we would prefer Aberdeen to win, because I think we would take our chances, no bother against Aberdeen and the next time we take them. And if they drop 3 points, mate, this title race is then on. You know, it's, as I say, you wait all season for big weekend games, and this is one of them.
I think if they don't win at the weekend, you'll hear the breaking glass of their arse going, let me tell you. That's what will happen to them. I really believe that.
What are you saying, in case the emergencies break glass?
You know, I think that their arse will be going. Simple as that, and you can hear the breaking glass
Bridge.
all the way down from Aberdeen. Sorry about the language. It was just a terminology thing. Sorry, I do apologise.
If we don't get the result on Saturday,
of course, that's a given.
Friday and Saturday and Sunday, mate, we've got to win this game. That's
a given. We'll be saying that most of the evening, obviously, and most of the season. We've got to win our games, and more so now as we move on to starting to close the season down. Big games are coming on top of us, and Hearts is going to be a big game for us on Saturday. Absolutely, 100%. And we have to win. We have to win. And Rangers have to go. The club and team need to go out there and show the fans we can do this. We can handle anything that's put in front of us now. We are so confident. We're a big team and we're a good team. And we play football and we can score goals. We're scared of nobody. Get out there and do it. Come on, the Rangers!
Oh, he's getting a battle fever on Ibrox Lyle. What's your
I
thought?
love it, mate. I love it. The battle fever's on. Of course, it's a big game, mate, and we've said it since probably about Christmas time that our next game's our most important game of the season. But I think Fox, when he says that as fans we love for weekends like this, you know what I mean? There's not been many, and this is one huge one. Because if we get the 3 points, then one of the two teams have to drop some sort of points on the Sunday, win, lose or draw, whatever happens with the result for them up there at the Sheepdome. But I'm not looking forward to it, mate. As I say, I'm usually one of the confident people saying that we'd win with a couple of goals against a team like Hearts, but I'm going to be a bit like Bridgman here and go for a comfortable 1-0 win for us, mate, because as you says earlier on the show, that is all we need. It's all about scrapping for wins now, and if we do that, I'll be more than happy, mate.
Yeah, sure. Good on you, mate. And we'll get some players coming back, so we really don't know what the team's going to be, the competition for places. So
thinking on that, Oxter, surely we'll go with the same team, but possibly play wee Holt instead of Docherty. That'll
be the discussion point.
Or have I jumped in too early? Sorry.
No, you carry on, mate. You carry on. That's a rare point, mate. And that's the change. Yeah. I think Holt will come back, but part of me would like Docherty to stay in the team, if that makes any sense.
Aye, yeah. I've got the same thinking. You'd love the idea, because I'm always one for banging on about game time and all the rest of it, and Docherty at Ibrox might just be a totally different kettle of fish sort of thing altogether. In that last game, because I think probably because it was Hamilton, he was trying far too hard. I can't remember Mr. Murty's. What was his wee phrase? Oh, bollocks, nah, I'm not going to remember it. But it was tantamount the same thing. He was trying too hard.
He got better as the game went on, mate. He got better as the game went on.
I think Holt's got that kind of endeavour about him. Like, he doesn't mind the fact that he's playing Hearts. He just goes out and gets tore in, doesn't he? Am I right in saying he was really good at Murrayfield? I can't really remember.
Yeah, he had a good game at Murrayfield, mate. Aye. Kenny, one of my all-time favourites, scored the 2 goals that made. There's a message for you in the lobby, Bridge.
In the lobby, what is it?
No, you need to read it. Carry on now.
I was just saying that. I think that's if he's going to make a change, I think that's what it will be. I hope he doesn't get down that line of dropping Candace. No, Ibrox. Ibrox suits that wee guy.
Don't see it, mate. I don't see that boy being dropped, mate. I think him and Tavern, they're there at the moment. Nobody's came and took the jerseys off them.
And if our guys can go at it, I mean, right from the start and get a few goals in, no a couple, a few, then by all means I can maybe change his formation. We might even get to see Morelos and wee Cummings playing together again.
I think that our manager's got one of these sort of situations where he's going to have...
dilemma.
Exactly, because it could become a dilemma right enough, because he's got some really good players that he wants fitted into the team, and I dare say somewhere along the line he's bought Docherty for a reason, and somewhere along the line Docherty's going to fit into the team. It might not be this week. I personally think he'll keep the same team that finished up against midfield wise. I think Docherty will be a key player in midfield for him. I don't know if Holt will get in there. He might.
You get Docherty starting, Bridge, have you?
I would start Docherty. Yeah, personally, I would start Docherty. I would be stuck then. Who would I drop to bring Holt in? You follow what I mean? So it would need to be between Candace and Holt. And then I start to think, well, if I want that in, I would take a preference of Candace, because Candace works well with Tavernier, and so on and so forth, and you end up dropping players that you might not want to drop in the first place. That kind of thing,
Yeah, you mess the chemistry then, don't you?
That's it, yeah.
Mess that bit. Aye, same team or that change, I'd be quite happy. I hope he goes to the same team, all things considered.
You think they deserve another shot, do you?
I think so, I mean, 5 years, though we lost 3 goals, it wasn't all their fault. The defence was kind of sleeping, weren't they?
They switched off, the whole team switched off when it went 5. We should have kept going to me, mate. We had them rattled and we could have 6 or 7,
Oh, aye, yeah.
Man, big Ulster. On you go, Bridge. On you go. And then
I was
we'll
just
go
going to say that we saw a weakness within the defence. That boy Russell Martin. I felt sorry for him playing in that shocking pitch and the sort of bounce of the ball, even the bounce of the ball and the spin on it. Even it surprised Docherty because he ended up with a fresh air swipe, which led to the first goal for Hamilton. So I felt sorry for Russell Martin. I don't think he had his greatest game in Rangers. So hopefully get used to it. I think I heard, was it Mount saying something about it might have been his first time he's ever played on a plastic pitch. It's possible in a professional level. So that might be true, you know. That might be true.
Anyway, we've been joined by a caller. Evening, caller. I think it might be Denver.
Hey, good evening, boys. How we doing?
Right,
Hey,
Denver.
Hey, Denver.
Come on,
How we doing, guys?
Take me home.
Run yourself there, boys. To the place I belong.
Have you been drinking, Bridge?
Oh, Denver, you come and help me, pal. Give us a song. Give us a song.
Have you been drinking, Bridge?
No. I'm not been drinking. I've not been drinking. Oh, no, wait a minute. I think with a couple of Moscow mules. Does that count?
Right. Yeah.
I prefer a few Black Russians, mate, myself.
Black Russians? We used to smoke them.
How we doing, Denver?
Oh, they'd be tiny cigarettes.
I did all right, guys. Calder and Kinvee here. Polar bears coming up asking for $5 for a cup of coffee. 22 degrees below zero yesterday.
Oh, wow.
22 degrees below zero. Freezing, man. But I did all right. Just a point, Bridge. The Rapids played their first game the other night, and Danny Wilson only made the bench. They never brought one, and they got gubbed 2-0.
Oh dear. They might play him the next time then.
Danny Wilson.
Thank you very kindly for that.
What was the crowd?
Oh, it was. I think they only had about 5,000 or something like that, man. It was freezing. The weather this week has just been unbelievably cold, you know, snowing and all that stuff, you know. So they played Toronto or some outfit like that. I don't bother my arse with it. Anyway, Tony Saturday.
I get the feeling you only support the one team, Denver. It's just a feeling I'm getting.
Funny, no, I've got two teams, Rangers and Rangers Reserves.
All right,
so
mate, I'll take that.
You know, I'm mad across the board, you know. So Saturday, I'm going to take out Docherty, bring in Holt, take out Candace, and bring in Cummins. There you go. That's my changes.
How's your setup there then? Who's playing in the right of midfield?
I'm going to have it like maybe a one-dash thing, going about that way, because I feel that who's the manager's name of Hearts, Levine, they're going to come and just lock the door. They're just going to pack that defence. You know what he's like. He's as boring as can be, man. And I think if we drag them out of the place with Cummins, with his movement, and Windass, Murphy, I think we drag, and we Morelos, I think we drag them left, right and centre. Get a couple of goals, take the chances, and then bring on Candace maybe later on. That's the way I would look at it. I think we need to get out there and take our chances early doors, man. Because that's what let us do that last time, that 0-0 game at Ibrox. Levine wasn't a manager then, was he?
No, it was John Daly, I believe, was in temporary charge of him, mate.
Aye, because you remember how boring that game was. That was dreadful. And I don't think Levine will change it much for their performance this time either. So,
oh, right, that's right. He was the director of football then, wasn't he? He was there, wasn't he?
That's right, aye. But can you remember how bad that game was? That was awful. The amount of chances we had that game as well, you know.
Well, we actually won the game, mate, but we get cheated with the goal getting chopped half. It was never offside, mate. That's I know I don't try and whisper spilt milk, mate, but it was still a genuine goal, and we get cheated with it, so...
I think it's
a season, isn't it?
Aye.
What's that, Denver?
It's been the story of this season. How many times we've been cheated out of various things, like the penalties in the last couple of games, man.
Cheating, beating.
Exactly.
Referee,
that's good. You've got it. He's the referee this Saturday as well, isn't he?
Aye.
I wonder what tricks he's going to pull out this Saturday.
That's what I was going to say, Bridge. It's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen this Saturday. But the club should be on them. They should be on them and mentioning that last performance. That performance when we played Hibs.
And the last one I know he was at Ibrox, so it was the one. He had another one at Ibrox and a stinker at Ibrox he had as well after that.
I thought that was the only time he's refereed this season.
No, he's been back again. It might have been the St Johnstone, the Hamilton game.
It was one of the games again. The Hibs game and another game. He had an absolute stinker, if you know what I mean. Denver, he had an absolute stinker, mate.
Oh, aye. That big character. What was his name? A big Republican. He grabbed Tavernier around the neck.
Aye.
They've been sent off in the first 5 minutes.
Stokesy.
Aye, that's him, aye.
Should have been off the park.
Remember?
Absolutely.
The Elvis impersonator assaulter,
you were talking about the boy on Morelos. Actually, how good that was. The boy Dan McGregor got a foul for that, so he did for
absolutely disgraceful.
Choke slamming
Refereeing.
Morelos. Mental.
Denver, do you know any Russian? Can you speak some Russian tonight, or do you want to sing us a song in Russian? No.
I think the only one I've got is Dos Vidania.
Dos Vidania. That's all. I'll do fine. I'll do fine. Dos Vidania.
The only one thing that upsets me tonight, guys, is I really like to see the Glasgow teams doing well, and it really upsets me.
Don't say anymore. Don't say anymore, Denver. That's enough. We don't want to hear anymore. Dos Vidania.
That's me done. I'm done.
From Russia.
So we're confident about Saturday, guys. We get confidence.
Who'll win on Saturday, Denver?
Good. I like to hear your confidence there, Ox.
3-0.
I just my concern is not taking the chances, but that's a concern for the earlier in the season. Now we're beginning to take them. I'm not concerned about losing goals, but it's that I'm going to say
bizarrely that Jamie Murphy's going to be the catalyst driving us forward now. Now that he's got up to match speed, and he's just going to get better and better for us. Now that I've said it, he must have a stinker, but there we go.
I think having watched it, Candeias and him playing, see if you could get them to switch every now and again, and because Candeias can play on the left as well, and Murphy cuts in well to the right foot. So I think we've got some fantastic forward line there, man. I'm really excited about the season.
Just keep winning games, mate, and see where it takes us.
That's right. I think the league. I think the league's just beyond us. But I'm a big Marvin boy. I'm still believing. I'll still believe.
Yeah.
I think this weekend's going to tell its own story, isn't it? After Sunday night, we'll find out. Obviously, Saturday for us, we'll find out where we are. But providing we win our game, and I'm presuming, working on the presumption that we've won the game, the result on Saturday with them against the Sheep, that may point us in a different direction and lift out a lot of our hopes up. I'm hopeful. A wee draw with they two would do me fine.
Oh no!
What time's the kick-off there, Brett?
It's 3 o'clock here, mate. 3 o'clock here. Oh, you talking about their game? Our game's 3 o'clock.
And what about the Terriers?
I don't know.
What time?
I've no clue.
I've no clue. All right.
I'll tell you right now, mate, because I've got the score page up, but just so I can hang in here. So what date would that be? It'd be the 25th.
That's good. Good arithmetic, son.
Good arithmetic. I'm getting better. These are teaching me well. That's a off-one kicker. Off-one kicker on the Sunday.
What's that in the 24-hour clock, Ibrox?
24-hour clock, that would be 13:30 hours, mate. 13:30 hours.
Well done, mate. We're doing well for this, boy. This training we're getting for this new adventure he's going on.
I think somebody did the percentages for him today. I think
Well,
somebody
it
did.
didn't help me that I lost all the chickens on Saturday, so I've got to make up for it.
Denver, I don't know if you read that. Over in the States, mate. The whole of Britain ran out of chicken for Kentucky Fried. Did you read it?
You know what? I saw that this morning. I went on the BBC site because I heard you guys talking about it in the last couple of days, and I had no idea what you were talking about.
Nothing unusual there.
Ibrox Loyal started his new logistics manager on the KFC.
At least I lasted a week, mate.
Aye.
Well, they told him we needed 75% for chicken and he got nothing. He couldn't calculate a percentage.
It must have been buying the chicken and made them belly dollars. That's why he's no got anything.
Them belly dollars, your beauty. Your beauty. Oh man.
Oh, you know, drop me, don't drop me, Oxford, don't drop me.
No, you're alright. I'm in a good mood. It's Bridges singing it, I've not heard it for a while. Bridge, how's that song going?
What's that? Oh, Matt Monro. You remember Matt Monro? From Russia
No, I don't.
with love, I fly to you. There you go. You can't beat it. Do Svidania. I love it.
Oxford, do you think Saturday's game, I mean, obviously Denver's on as well, but do you think Saturday's game's your biggest game in the last 6 years? Is that fair to say?
No, quite yet. No, not yet.
Yeah.
I think
the
cup final against Hibs was our biggest, because it was a cup final. Aye. You know, but if we can win the next month's worth of games, mate, every game will become absolutely massive.
Yeah,
you know, this is the time to do it.
It's going to be that, yeah, absolutely.
I think it's the time.
Every victory just adds to our momentum, and as our momentum builds, obviously the shall we say the battle fever gets on, and everybody, certainly from a Rangers persuasion anyway, are going to be really happy and build. I don't know what they'll do in the other side, but I can imagine. Sorry about that, man, Bernard. I didn't mean to.
Blue Shadow, you were aware there, mate. No, carry on, Bridge, but Blue Shadow.
Yes, mate.
Aye. Did you hear his team is taking Candias out? Would there be something you would look at, or if you pretty much staying as we are?
I would pretty much stay as we are, except swap Hope for the young lad.
Doherty.
Doherty, that's it. Aye, that's a swap. I wouldn't like to take out Candias, because I think if Hearts sit in a lot, like I expect them to, and try and hit us on the break, I think as much width as you can get is always a good thing when you're trying to break down teams. And remember, don't forget that Levine was the one that came up with the masterful stroke of 4-6-0.
Right, bear in mind too that the same Craig Levine went and what was it, 4-0 to beat the Scum? Just for doing a pressing game, so you never know, he might do a pressing game. It's not like he's scared.
I think if he'd done that against us, I think that'd be perfect for us.
So do you?
Honestly, I really do.
I hope he's listening in, don't tell.
I think tactically, I think we'll see what they've done at the start of the season there. I think they'll sit in, try and break on us, and make it difficult. You know, in the first 20-25 minutes, try and get the crowd on their back. So I think it's crucial that the support gets behind the team. I heard you guys talking last night about the atmosphere. It's, we've got to have one of these special atmospheres again and get right behind the team for the first whistle, and just positivity and just keep it going. As Bridgeman says, just be positive, and I think that's got to be crucial for the home games. I think we've got to try and take the pressure off the lads. I think we've got to make when they commit that tunnel, it's got to be just a wall of noise for the opposing team, and hopefully we can frighten the life at them, and our team can be galvanised. But it's so important that we've I think I firmly believe that we are the 12th man, and if we can get behind the team, guys, and just sing our hearts out and just support the team, and I get obviously the odd stray pass is going to go amiss, but we've got to just support them. They're, it's your team, and we've got to get and give them the backing no matter what.
Denver, what time's you in the morning, mate? What time's that kick off Saturday morning for you? That
I'll be 8 o'clock in the morning, so it's
8 o'clock, 7 hours, aye.
Ideal.
I
know
too
it's none of
bad,
that 5:30 in the morning carry on,
Mm-hmm. Bridgeman can phone you. Wait up.
Excellent, good Bridgeman, good. I'm looking forward to talking to you on the phone, mate.
Brilliant.
He's in such a good mood, Bridge. Wait a minute,
yes,
this is the last time. I'll not ask you again. Mark Monroe sung that, are you sure?
Mark Monroe, absolutely. From
how did
Russia
it go again?
With love, I fly to you. Do you not remember it? That makes you happy. Brilliant. I love it.
Right, last 20 minutes, you can say what you like. On you go, Bridge. You've been dying all night.
I'm not saying anything.
Come on, Bridge, man, get it out there. Come on, don't do that.
I just wanted to ask the panel a question, right? And
it's a hard one.
Particularly Ibrox Loyal.
Oh,
like
come on, you're at it, right?
What was the percentage of goals that Celtic scored tonight versus the ones that they let in? What was the percentage?
I heard it was -3, mate.
-3. So what percentage is that? Sorry, I can't keep my face straight with that one.
I'll go for -3%, mate. -3%.
Yeah, seriously, boys, unbelievable.
Oh, he came on at the start of the show.
Sorry, just like you said it.
He came on at the start of the show, and he tried to kid on he didn't know the score. Come back in, Al.
I'm awful happy. I'm awful happy. Foxy told us. 3-0, we have beauty. Can't beat it.
Do you believe that, Ulster?
I believe it.
Ulster says no.
Ulster doesn't know, but there you go.
Ulster, Scotland.
Seriously, boys, that's
just to be fair.
What a result! The human race will be very, very happy tonight. Humanity will actually, we should pay a bonus to the Zenit players. 3-0. 3-0. Just great. Another 3. So I wonder what the tranny man will say. What do you reckon he'll say? Does anybody get any? Or maybe people have seen it and found out what he was going to say.
We dominated the ball. We dominated the ball.
Is that someone on the phone?
I think it's Denver back, yeah?
It's me back again, guys.
We lost Denver and Al. I hope Al comes back in because he's good points tonight. Aye, that result cheer you up, Denver, did it?
Aye, delighted. I forgot it was a 6 o'clock kick-off, so I fired on BBC and then it was 2-0. Then I put it back on again. I said 3-0, and I thought excellent. But sad to see. Glasgow team should always do well. You lie through.
I can hear the sarcasm in your voice, mate. I love it.
I mean, it's a bad result for Irish football.
Come on. Sorry.
A bad result for Irish football.
Aye. You always like to see them doing well. But don't get me wrong about the Candace, Drapen Candace thing, because I love that wee guy. That guy, he's been the top signing for Pedro. But I just feel that Cummins holds a bigger goal threat. That's my thought on it. That's my reason for it.
Do you not think we're going to need that extra man in midfield though, Denver? Do you not think that extra man in midfield, especially if they're going to be packing the midfield, maybe? I know obviously Candace is going to give you a bit of width, but he also gives...
Sorry for cutting across you, Mount, but does anybody find that picture at Old School put in the lobby offensive?
Oh. I'm not in the lobby now, mate, so...
Thankfully, he's taking it down, thankfully.
Oh, jeez, carry on, Mount. Oh, dear.
Oh, no,
can somebody tell us what it was? So I can get offended. Can you tell us what it was so I can be offended?
No.
You're off your head, by the way. No, I just think maybe we can do this. I think I agree with what you're saying. It's a hard situation to be in. You know what I mean? I think that extra man in midfield, perhaps, or but I know Candice sometimes cuts in a bit, but do you think that maybe gives us a wee bit maybe an edge in there if they're going to pack that defence in front of the back four, Denver?
I just think though that Mount, that like Cummins is merely a goal threat than Candias is, and if you batter them early doors and do all that movement, that excellent movement, and the most pleasing thing about last weekend's result was the unselfish way they laid goals after each other. That to me was the key to the result last weekend.
Very happy
teamwork.
teamwork.
I mind that Harry Forrester carry on.
So you
remember Harry Forrester against Carriers?
So you say play 4-3-3?
Aye, go for it. Just batter in about it.
Oh, I don't know about that, Denver. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if we're going to play.
I have to say, guys, that the likes of Cummins coming on, who obviously for a long time he played for Hibs, and Hibs, obviously that was a local derby there, so you might get a wee bit extra out on playing against Hearts if he came on. I hope he does. I hope they play the two up front, but I don't know if he will or not.
I think also the relationship that Candias has with Tavernier. I think, the way they work together, both defensively and attacking, is going to be important in supplying the forwards. Because, as we've said before, there's no point in having forwards if they're not getting the supply. This
is absolutely true, and you feel for the likes of Holt, or indeed Docherty, if you just said, well, we'll put Holt back in because, number one, he's done nothing wrong, and he's been the captain, he's done a captain's role. I don't know what the manager thinks. The manager might say, no, I want Docherty to be in. And it's between those three, and you would get 2 out of the 3 from a midfield perspective, and it's up to you to pick the 2 you would like.
That's no bad,
obviously.
That's no bad, is it?
Well, I don't think from a midfield perspective, you've got 3 really good players who have been very good. Docherty's the newest one, but he's been playing really well for Hamilton, But you get 2 out of 3, I'll be happy. And Diaz and Docherty, Orkin. I'd be happy with that. I wouldn't do it.
I've been too modern for you, Rich.
I don't know what you're meaning.
One of the most amazing things, guys, is that only a couple of weeks ago we were complaining about lack of players on the bench, and now we've got all these options,
Absolutely true, by the way. Absolutely true.
Good point, Denver, and more options to come as well as players come back.
That's right, aye.
Although I must admit that was a wee bit. I was just going to say that was a bit of a downer. I was just going to say it was a wee bit of a downer for everybody about the young lad McCrory having to be out a bit longer and possibly not getting back until next season. That's a bloody sin, And it's been a long time, isn't it? He's had this injury for a while, and you'd think to yourself, why didn't they do whatever they're going to do, and they've had scans and everything. Why did they not pick this up? You ask all these stupid questions, you just don't know, do you? You just don't know.
That's right.
But it's a sin, I really got to feel for them. I'm just desperate to see the Dorans of this world coming back in and playing for us. You're looking for 2 or 3 players in your midfield and so 2 or 3 players in your defence that you can build your team on. There's your spine of your team, getting them in there and do the business, But I don't know if we've got a spine yet, to be honest.
You know what, Bridge, though? The thing is that if, rather than rushing these guys back, you think how...
I seen what you done there, Denver. You got the Russian bit, and I like that.
Brilliant.
From Russia with love, I'll fly to you.
Who sung that, Bridge?
That was Matt Monroe.
Who sung that, Bridge? Oh, Matt Monroe.
Matt Monroe.
For Russia with love. Ah, yeah.
Loved it.
Oh, that was brilliant, Denver. You just sneaked that in there.
He's quite good, Denver. He's quite good.
Aye, but anyway, other than rushing these guys back, how exciting it's going to be next season. Next season's going to be exciting, if we've got all these options. Get a fully fit midfield and all that, man. He's fantastic, but a lot to play for this season as well, guys. A lot to play for.
Can I ask a question? Has anybody heard anything about the contract negotiations with Bates, Mr. Bates? Is it going to happen, do you think, or is it not?
I'm hearing there'll be an announcement within 7 to 10 days on the positive.
Excellent. Well done, pal. Well done. I hope it happens for him. He's played quite well for us, hasn't he, him? He's played quite well. A good key player.
But nothing confirmed, Bridge. Just whispers I'm picking up.
Well done. Thanks, pal. You got to feel for him, you know. Got to feel for him. Although I don't know if is Alves anywhere near fit to play. Is he going to make the squad or what?
Who's moving? Go on mute.
He's in full training, isn't he?
Full training, so he could be on the bench.
Oh, well, he could be on the bench.
He could start.
Well, why not? Yeah, I don't have a problem, you know. Bates, Martin, and Alves. There you go. That could be a 3 at the back, couldn't it?
I think you're getting a bit carried away there, Bridge.
Yeah, I think so. Martin's not quite ready for it yet, and Alves is just coming back. So, yeah, I'm looking for. I meant to say to you, I was watching Wigan playing the other night. Well, Greg's on fire. Nah. Brilliant. I was watching that, and they've got a big centre half there. He's about 6'6" or 6'7".
Aye, the big boy Burn. Aye.
Dan Burn, is it Dan Burn or something like that?
Aye.
Wow, what a size of a player that is. I wonder if he's coming free anytime soon.
There's a big 6 foot 6 set off, but you're like, there's not that many in world football nowadays.
Other than a centre back, because we know you'd always want a centre back, Bridge. But who else would you have in? Who would you have in the summer?
Scott, is that to me or a general?
Aye. Well,
to me, I'm looking. I've said it before. I still believe we don't have the club captain. I believe we've got Wallace there, who has done a marvellous job as club captain. But for on the pitch, I don't believe we've got our captain yet. And I'm looking for a big centre half, a good name. That's what I'm looking for. I just feel it. I think we've got guys that can do a job at centre half, there's no doubt about it. But I don't think the top man's there yet. I would just love it to be a really good centre half, like Richard Gough or someone of that ilk, you know. Be great to see. And there would be your captain. Many buy him in, simple. We've brought the last few centre halves who have made captain. With David Weir. You know, we brought in Bagheera. Look at all the good centre halves that we've brought in. We've done very well with them. Just looking for that. George Logan said Steve Davis from Southampton. Maybe he might come back, yeah.
I think we need a commanding central defensive midfielder because we're suffering from McCrory. Suffering from the loss of McCrory.
Do you don't think Doherty could play that job? No, you think he could play that job?
No. I think Doherty's further forward.
You think so?
More like the position young Barry Ferguson used to play, where he gets right up into people like that, like the Lego Muncher's face, and gives him grief, gets the ball off him.
Do you think he's got this? I mean, the physical stature to be in that type of role, where because it doesn't look as if he's a Terry Hurlock or an Ian Ferguson. It's no fair to a tackle. I'm not saying he can't tackle. Exactly. You took the words out of my mouth. I haven't seen enough of him to make that.
Yeah. Fox, are you with us, mate?
Hello.
I know we don't usually, but you just mentioned a certain player that plays in the midfield. Obviously, he must have put on a world-class display in Zenith tonight, or was he chasing chickens?
KFC from Russia.
Are we talking about the gay icon?
Well, you can pick them out a lot easier than I can, mate. You've got an eye for that kind of thing, haven't you?
It's getting bitchy.
So who are we speaking about then?
Played his normal shitey game, mate.
Chasing chickens, was he?
Chasing chickens. I watched that game for my sons, mate, and I've spent a better day in a car park with the rain pouring down and the window wipers gone, mate. It was all side to side. Most boring game I've watched in years.
To be fair, when he was in the car park with the windows gone, True was outside.
I was going to say it was True Blue.
True Blue was guiding him. In here, Fox, in here.
Aye, but the Lego Muncher can't get away with kicking players left, right and centre outside of his country, can he?
Aye, that's it, mate.
It's useless when he can't get away with that.
He's believing his own publicity nowadays anyway.
Oh, jeez. They've even got him doing interviews on the news. Or they're showing us these interviews. And why are they showing us this guy? Last time we saw him, he was sitting outside a nightclub or something in Glasgow in Queen Street on the pavement, eating chips, steaming out his head.
That's because there was no chicken.
Because there was no chicken. KFC was shut.
Hey, Oxygen, man,
would that affect chicken? Is that going to affect chicken suppers as well, guys?
You can't get a chicken Kiev for love or money.
Oh, come on, you. What is it? How long did you work that one?
I like it. I like
it.
it.
Russians, we've got everything going in here tonight.
And they reckon 75% of them's going to be open, Ibrox. How many is that?
Like, can we please stop?
Give us a fraction. Give us that as a fraction, Ibrox.
3/3.
Ibrox, what's your favourite thing out of KFC?
I don't like KFC, mate.
Is that why you sabotage the chicken?
I sabotaged it, mate. That was it. I went in this head of logistics.
One of the chickens.
One of the chickens. That's it, mate. That's still game. One of the chickens.
I tell you what, this is one of the funniest nights I remember on here. It's hilarious, by the honest, isn't it?
Aye.
Incredible. From Russia with love, I'll fly to you.
What's the score, big man?
I heard it was 3-0.
Is it, aye?
Yeah, but Foxy just... Sorry?
What?
What would it have been like if it was 4-0?
Oh, God, that just wouldn't have...
Oh.
He'd had to go down to the doctors and get a muscle relaxant to get a smile off his face, wouldn't he?
Wish you were warm where you were, eh?
Oh, dear.
Oh, if we all be quiet, we could hear Denver chatting up somebody.
I have this.
No, I just got here a few minutes.
Denver, do you have KFC in America?
Just getting paperwork sorted out and that's it.
Oh, I need to drop him. He's talking about it.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh, well.
This is definitely one of the best nights for a long time.
I know.
40 hours of Thursday. 40 hours of Thursday.
Yeah. Loyal, can I ask you a question, pal? When's your next visit to the Koh-i-Noor?
Oh, no idea, mate. At least I'll have chicken.
Tell you something, man. It's just quality, man. KFC running the chicken, man. Quality, man. Absolute quality.
I know, you can tell it's a good night, can't you? I mean, there's all about there. It was cheerful.
Aye.
Nearly cheerful, mate.
Almost.
You mind your manners, Blue Shadow, when you're speaking to
Shadow, you're getting told tonight, boy. I'll tell you, you're getting told.
Listen, I don't actually sound like that. See for a point of order. I actually don't.
You do, Buckmount. You
no,
do.
I don't.
There'll be a cold wind in Siberia before he cracks a spell, Boy Shadow.
Listen, just no.
Mount, stop digging. Stop digging.
I have to stop digging.
Put the shovel down. Put the shovel down.
Look, he's got a bed, man.
Excuse me. Oh, boy.
We've reached that time of the evening, lads, and
oh wow,
we've lost Al in Denver. So give us a shout out, Big Ulster, the brains of Rangers Radio.
So, just a big shout out to everyone who's been listening. Bridge, you just keep it going there, mate. You have a good night tonight. Fair play.
What was that song you were singing, Bridge?
From Russia with love. Did anybody watch Julie Christie in that Dr. Zhivago? Because it was quite a good actress, that lassie.
Google her, Ibrox Lyle. Google her, you'll like her, Julie Christie. Give us a shout out, Ibrox.
Aye, just been an absolutely fantastic night, and can I just give a big shout out to our youth development squad who beat Huddersfield Town 7-0 this afternoon.
Oh, 7-0. Woohoo!
So, big shout out to them.
We've had 2 years and nothing to talk about. You came on with that in the last.
Well, you were talking about your league breakdowns and
chicken.
Well, the 4 goals anyway. The goals were scored. 4 goals.
Leave it. We'll talk about it tomorrow night.
Spends all that time calculating out percentages and then leaves the news alone.
It takes me time. I've got a very slow brain.
I remember
shoes and socks back on.
Blue Shadow, shout out.
Oh, that sort of good luck to it. Big shout out to the Rangers squad at the weekend. Come on, boys, get us a win at the weekend and put some pressure on these boys. I was going to say boys, but these things from the East End, and let's hope they don't worry the sheep too much when they head north.
Mount Vernon.
Can I give you a big shout out to the chickens out there? Big shout out to them, and see the guy who actually managed to do the KFC thing. How can you run out of chicken? Just said good night.
Big shout out to the Rasputin Loyal over in Zenit.
Rasputin, lover of the Russian Queen.
And good night and thanks for listening.
Fantastic, Foxy, brilliant.
Bridgeman.
Oh, what can I say? I'd like to echo everybody's shout outs and I'd love to say for a Denver Bear, seriously, does vidanya, pal, does vidanya. And to all the Rangers fans all over the world, particularly Rangers fans on here, come on, bet on the battle fever up there for Saturday against the Hearts. Come on, the Rangers. Everybody keep it going for the Rangers because we all need it. Keep it going.
Here, Bridgeman. You've been a star tonight, mate. Can I thank everybody that's joined us? Ibrox Loyal, the one on the bridge, Fox, Mount Vernon, Blue Shadow, Big Ulster, Denver Loyal, and the one and only Alan 63. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 11 talking about all things Rangers, Ibrox Loyal. Might even give us a report on the youth development game. Take it away, Fox.
I sailed the wild Atlantic across the broad Pacific shore. I sailed around the stormy capes and I've heard the 40s roar. I've climbed the Indian Ocean and I've sailed the China Sea, but there's a sea back home in Scotland more than all the rest of me. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of my God. It's the cleanest sight